Well, hello there. Yes, it's that time again. It is time for our weekly tarot blog. Today's date is September the 25th, a beautiful Monday afternoon, 2017. And I'm going to go over some Tarot de Marseille cards. We'll talk about a little bit of astrology and just see what's going on. Okay, here we go. I pulled out three major arcana cards like I like to do with the Tarot de Marseille. I still do read with Crowley Thoth Tarot. I mean, if you come and visit me and you want me to read the old way, I do it. I read with the Thoth Tarot. I'll still do the cartouche. The Egyptian Oracle I've always used. But I really love Tarot de Marseille, and I really do love Lenormand. I've been making great use of the Lenormand cards. An excellent way of predicting future. It is mundane. It is down to earth. But it's very, very good for telling us what is going to happen to us. The tarot will tend to be more psychological, more spiritual, but again, also depends on how you approach it. It can be done very terrestrial way, very mundane. I try to keep it practical and down to earth, which is actually what the cards are suggesting this week that we do. So in a moment, the three major arcana cards for the week are going to pop up on the screen, and they're going to more or less cover my face, cover most of the screen. And the three cards that are coming up now are the Pope, or Hierophant, or High Priest, depending on what you want to call him. We have Temperance, and we have the Star. Now, the Pope is preaching. He is sharing wisdom. He is speaking his mind, holding his scepter. The figure in Temperance isn't really looking at him. It's like she's focused on the guys that are kneeling before him. She's looking at the mundane, in a sense, and she is doing what she does, which is blending with her cups. So it's like she's saying, I don't want to hear your high-level preaching. What I want to do is just play with my cups. I want to do what I do. I want to do what I do best. I want to focus on the task at hand. And see, there's an old expression that goes, sometimes less is more. If we look at the Star, she's very similar. Okay, she's working with her cups and she's naked. She's stripped down. She's on her knees. She is, in a sense, diminished. But in some ways, she has more peace, more tranquility, more divine connection. So if you got a lot of noise in your life, and noise can be people, noise can be possessions, noise can be situations, okay, let's try to cut out some of that chatter. Try to cut out some of that noise and just simply nurture what is most important to us. You know inside what that is. I don't have to spell that out for you. You know the answer, or at least you should. And it's something for you to reflect upon this week. And the next two cards coming up are Minor Arcana, will further illustrate this point. That's right, I pulled two Minor Arcana cards to give us some practical advice. That's a standard customary practice in working with Tarot de Marseille. And the two cards that we get are Queen of Wands, and we get Six of Swords. Now the Queen of Wands is looking down at this little plant that's right in the middle of the Six of Swords. It's like she's nurturing it, she's guarding it, she's watching it. It needs to grow. It needs to adapt. It's kind of in a tight space. It's a bit limited. So it's adapting to limitations. And again, sometimes limiting is good because it makes us focus on what we have, use our resources wisely, and really focus on what we need to do so we are not scattered. So this is the week for focusing. Slow growth and determination is going to win the day. So now if we look at the stars, we look at the astrology, there's not a whole lot going on, to be frank with you. I don't have any great aspects for spell work or ritual, nothing that really coincides well with the planetary days. The most auspicious thing this week actually is Pluto going direct on Thursday afternoon, and this is going to be like 3:36 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. Now, Pluto is like the higher octave of Mars in modern astrology. Its influence can be disruptive depending on how it's configured in your chart. So if you have felt very agitated or anxious or nervy or however you want to say it, this may straighten out a bit as Pluto is going direct. It can be a very jarring sort of an energy, but now it should smooth out or start to smooth out a bit. Mercury is going to go into the sign of Libra on Friday. No big deal. It doesn't really do anything great in that sign. Doesn't hurt it. Doesn't help it either. It's basically in a neutral position sitting in Mercury. Wednesday we're coming into first quarter of the moon. This is like the secondary phase of the moon. It's still waxing, growing larger, heading towards full. So this is still a good time to do those spells and magic and rituals and meditations that enable you to attract things or grow things in your life. For as the moon is waxing, we can attract better things. Then as it goes past full moon and begins to wane, that's the time for getting rid of stuff. So this is a good time to focus on what you want in your life, nurture it, and bring it in. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching this blog. I appreciate your support. I really do. Until I see you next week, I wish upon you many, many blessings.